Hey, this is Hunter Pence of the San Francisco Giants, and you're listening to Jim on Base. Let's go.
Welcome back to another episode of the Jim on Base Show. For today's very special guest, we have on someone who played 14 years in the big leagues. He's a four-time All-Star, two-time World Series champion. He has a great nonprofit called the Healthy Planet Project and has been an analyst on Apple TV and MLB Network. Please welcome a forever Giant, the great Hunter Pence. Hunter, thanks for coming on.
Jim, it's an honor to be here. And thanks for the great introduction.
Yeah, excited to have you. And I got to say, the beard is looking a little bit more low-key these days in retirement.
Yeah, I guess trying to be more professional. The wild hair and wild beard was part of just like the mentality on the field. I wanted to look a little crazy. I didn't want anyone to think that I was like, well thought out. And hold on one second.
Yeah.
Whoop, you got to see something.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Now it all crashed. I hear. Can y'all still hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
Sorry, my wife is over there like trying to mess me up.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
as soon as I started bringing the camera, she ran off. So
So it was a Lexi sighting.
yeah, Lexi's in the house messing with me.
Awesome.
She's like, it's like the clubhouse atmosphere at our house because she's just a prankster. And so
It keeps things interesting, you know?
absolutely, I love
Yeah.
that.
Well, I did want to bring up, you both have a nonprofit, the Healthy Planet Project, and I know you kind of go out in the community, you help pick up trash, helps eliminate pollution, and brings the community together, right?
Yeah, a big thing for me is like I have a lot more free time. Baseball was awesome, and San Francisco, we're moving here full time, and for me, I just want to be a part of the solution, right? I want to do something good, and now that I have more time, what's on your heart? What moves
Yeah.
you? And for me, I just want to plant as many trees as I can. I want to help restore the earth, clean up the neighborhoods as best I can. And am I like this ultra saint? No, but I'm trying to do the best I can every day. We all have our things, and the Healthy Planet Project has been so fun. And it's been, a couple years in the making, and it's always been on my mind. Like when I get more free time, I want to do whatever I can to give back to, Mother Earth and to the city of San Francisco as well.
Well, I know you had a inaugural event recently on Earth Day, and you guys were picking up trash right around Oracle Park, right, in the city?
Yeah. So that was super fun, and what's really cool, Jim, is kind of the community. I don't know why I have trouble saying that, but the community and like the support of so many like great organizations. And the first one, like you said, was on Earth Day. We went and picked up trash for an hour around the ballpark in different neighborhoods. And it was, the support of like, Rakuten backed it up, Refuse Refuse, which is like this amazing company you should go check out.
Okay.
If you're interested in picking up trash and helping clean up, they're just like, they run 1,200 a year. It's absolutely insane. And it's, everything's organized for you. So they give you everything, a bag, the picker upper, and, about 180 volunteers, from Rakuten who, like I said, sponsored it. June Shine showed up to both the events. But we picked up trash, went and watched a baseball game, had lunch, and it's crazy. It's like it's very rewarding for me, Jim. I always get like a meditation buzz after I pick up trash or plant trees or something. It's you feel so full. I don't know how to explain it, but highly recommend joining in if you get a
Yeah.
chance.
No, I'd love to come down. I'm local, so we got to make it happen.
Heck yeah, you're welcome. Definitely welcome. And healthyplanetproject.org is where you can go if you're interested. For me, it's just if it's on your heart, we don't need anything, but we're out here to, like I said, be a part of the solution. And it's a cool community. Both of the events have been super fun. There's a lot of swag and we're making little swag things and each different thing that we do. We had a cool little hat for that day, and then Arbor Day, which I'm jumping the gun here, but that one was super fun because we planted the trees up at Hunter's Point.
Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
Yeah, well, I'll put the links in the episode and everything too, so we get the word out. And it sounds like if you're not picking up trash, you're drinking coffee. And I know you're a part of Pineapple Labs Coffee, and you have a coffee shop in Houston called Coral Sword. So are those two different things, or do they go together?
Yeah, they're different things. The coffee shop was like the first venture that I did with my buddy, some of my buddies in Houston,
Hmm.
and it's like the ultimate nerd hangout. It's like we have pizza, beer, wine, coffee, but board games. It's a great date night, and a lot of Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, and just like super like indie board games and stuff that a big collection that you can choose from. It's got like Dual Streets, a local graffiti artist, did like
Okay.
our whole background and our whole building. So it's like really, it's really interesting. And I know the Giants are in Houston, so a lot of my
Yeah.
friends from the Giants are checking it out, which was super cool. But yeah, so and then Pineapple Labs, which is like an online thing. This is a big, Lexi, my wife, is this is like her baby, and
Mhm.
we started this together. She is the heart and soul. I'm the taster and the namer of the coffees. But that is where it's a subscription based coffee service. They also do a lot of lifestyle. They work with different charities sometimes, and then other times it's just to try to help us pay our employees. Uh, but uh, but yeah, you can go check out, and it's different coffees curated every month, and it's also we try to be a bridge to get into specialty coffee and to
Mhm.
let to make sure that it's your coffee is farmed at ethically, transparently, sustainably sourced coffee farms, and that's something that we're working on very, very heavily.
Awesome. Well, what's your favorite flavor then? What kind of coffee guy are you?
Like so for me, I like kind of like you think of I've been really into these like tastings and stuff, but like that I like acidic. I like kind of
Mm.
I like sour tastes for coffee. So I like really light, like bright, kind of fruity forward coffees. I love like espresso. Like I drink it just straight black. So like if you're gonna mix like sugar and cream in your coffee, or if you're getting like a latte or cappuccino, you're usually gonna want more earthy, chocolatey based
Mm.
coffees. And we have those, but like for me, because I don't want to put all the cream and the sugar in it, if you can get natural where it tastes kind of sugary because it's got like the lighter, brighter flavors. And so that is what I like to experience. And I've tasted coffees, and we've had different ones. We had like our first one was like pineapple upside down cake. We've had some that are
Oh,
like
wow.
blueberry forward. We've had some strawberry syrup and different notes. You get the citrus as well. You can get lime tasting coffee. So that is really fun for me, is to check out how the farmers are able to pull those
Mm.
kind of flavors out of the coffees.
Wow. Yeah, you're fully in it. It sounds great.
Yeah, I mean, coffee has been like a way of life for me
Mm.
for a long time, and
Yeah.
to me, it's not like it's like every morning that we have free time, me and my wife, like that's our thing. It's like our coffee date, and it's it's a ritual. It's kind of like
Mm.
to prep your day and to take the time to have FaceTime and to create, make the coffee and to
Mhm.
enjoy and to pay attention. So it's just like for me, it's somewhat of like a gift to myself to get the day going, and also to slow down and usually you're taking it to speed up and you're trying to get it as quick as you can, but we try
Yeah.
to have like our set aside our time, and we're fortunate to have that time
Mhm.
and really connect over coffee.
Well, you're also a dog dad, so do you bring the
Oh
dog's name is
yeah.
Fox? Does
Oh yeah.
he or she does she come to the coffee experience or?
Yeah, she comes, as long as she's allowed. But she's pretty much like everywhere that we go to get coffee. If we ever go out of the outside, she's like, she thinks she owns the place. She's got a lot of sass, and she goes and expects her treat, and just kind of, she has a way of just like warming everyone up around her. And yeah, she's a bit too much, if you ask me. But we love her. Yeah, she's amazing.
What
She
kind of
has her
dog?
own Instagram too, by the way.
Yeah, we gotta plug that. Get her some followers.
Yeah, let's get Foxy.
Yeah.
But she's a Cavalier Maltese and
Mhm.
Poodle mix. So
Okay.
she's crazy smart. And it's a little embarrassing though, Jim. I'm not gonna lie, because she's a bit shy at first. Like it takes her a while to warm up to someone. So she's a little bit barky, like she's like a guard doggy alerter. She's not like she's very gentle, very sweet, but she'll bark. And it's like for her, it takes her like 15, 20 minutes before she'll warm up to you. But
Ah.
she's like, you gotta earn it,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Well, is there any Hunter Pence dog park sightings, or is she stay
Um,
inside?
No, we're walking her a
Okay.
lot. Typically though, we're not going to like dog parks just because she's kind of small, and like she's gotten wrecked at a couple of them,
Mm.
and we're just like,
Yeah.
so. But we do go like we'll go down to the Bow and Arrow, and we'll walk around different parts of the city.
Yeah.
Because we're kind of in the city, so
Nice. That's a great area too. The bow and arrow. Hunter's hitting all the landmarks.
I love the Bow and Arrow. Yeah, it's a great little sunset. You can play a little fetch with her, and yeah, it's
Nice.
nice.
You talked about the clubhouse earlier. I was at spring training this year and saw Drew Robinson's dog. So for mental health and all that, you got to get her getting some free pets in the clubhouse. You know.
I do, but that's the thing. Like, yeah, dogs are so good for mental health, and it's wild how much like it's different when she's not around. You miss that
Mhm.
warmth, and I
Yeah.
remember one time, I'm not sure if you've heard this, Jim. I was doing the voiceover for the BART, and it was like the welcome back from COVID. And
Oh
it's
no.
like, this is Hunter Pence, welcome back. Let's get the city going, kind of thing of the SF Giants. And I was having trouble doing it right. And like Foxy was outside of it. I was trying to do it in the closet so there wasn't any of this noise. And she was like pawing at the door. And I was like, all right, well, let me just pick her up. So she knows something's going on in here. So I pick her up and immediately like it like just calmed me and locked me
Hmm.
in. So that was something that's where I was like noticing there's more to this dog than just the, picking up the, after her and, all the walking and stuff. So you can feel that warmth and that love. Dogs are amazing.
Well, speaking of the mental health, you were kind of had a role during spring training, right? With the team, kind of on the coaching staff. What was that like for you?
Oh, it was amazing. It was super fun. I was just kind of diving in. Like I had talked to Farhan. I was like, look, I just want to get involved. I want to like, learn more about what you're doing, get out there and, just kind of share some of the knowledge I have, learn from them what they're doing. And, it was just 10 days and they were kind of like, oh, very open. They're like, hey,
Hmm.
we want you around. We know that like, we think you're a good vibe and find out where you think you fit in. And so I did like some of the front office meetings and those were amazing, learning a lot of the data stuff and the biomechanics and just a lot of the work that goes in behind the scenes that a lot of players don't even know goes in for
Hmm.
them was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And also, like, I think it makes a lot of sense as, I'm going to be broadcasting. I haven't gotten to do that yet, but it makes a lot of sense to know what they're up to so that you can kind of because I think you're a window to the consciousness of the fan base by when you're broadcasting and if
Yeah.
you have an understanding of what they're doing and why certain things are happening it just gives you an opportunity to tell that story properly. And then also like where I kind of found my lane, obviously it's fun like working with all the listening to all the coaches meetings, but in the batting cage and like that hitting staff is just amazing. And my mind was blown not only with the work that was going on in the batting cage, but even in the pitchers meetings and like Bailey and
Mm.
Bannister are absolute geniuses. They're unbelievably valuable if you ask me. They're going to get the most out of a lot of these players. There's no doubt they squeeze every bit of juice out of that orange.
Mm.
Like, or they literally and it's not like even though they've looked at everything and squeezed all the juice, they still keep looking for even more angles and ways to grow and get better. So it's super cool the thought that goes into every little detail with these guys in their careers and not only the big leaguers but the minor leaguers and how we
Mm.
can give them the best opportunity to be the best that they can.
Awesome. Well, speaking of broadcasting too, as you know, great broadcasting team, Kruk and Kipe, Fleming, John Miller. Did any of them kind of take you under their wing or give you some advice?
Absolutely. They were all like amazing
Mm.
to me. And like they all gave me their own little bit of advice and their own way. And it's been super fun. And, I remember the first one I ever did was with Fleming.
Mm.
And it was a random super early day game. It was like 11 a.m. here. And we were calling the game in San Francisco, and it was a game against St. Louis. And Fleming said, no one's ever been criticized for saying too little, Hunter. And
Yeah.
I took that to heart and I was like, slow down. You don't got to talk too much like I'm doing on your show right now. It's
No, it's
not
great.
that it's not that big of a deal. Let the game tells the story, you just kind of jump in with like what, from a player's perspective. So Dave Fleming gave me some great advice. John Miller, his passion for baseball and love for baseball is really just it's beautiful to be around and to hear his stories and his voice. It's just like it's amazing. But like I see why he's so good at what he does. It's like his soul,
Mm.
he cares, he loves it. And to me, and whatever walk of life you have, if you like, if you love what you do, like we're inspired by the works of someone's soul. And this is like John Miller's soul
Yeah.
speaking to us every night, if you ask me.
No, that's true, and it's great to hear you out there. You can tell you're having a good time too, and it's got to be surreal too. I mean, you always took your scooter into the stadium, and I imagine probably passed some of the plaques on the wall outside the stadium. And you recently got your plaque on the wall, so it must be kind of surreal to see your face up there.
Jim, it is more than surreal. It is a tremendous dream come true, an honor to be a part of this organization in the city that I love so much, and so many great memories and just a great journey with great teammates, fan base. Sabian and
Hmm.
and Bochy and what the whole Rags and Bam Bam, Henry Mullins, what everyone, just that little window of time that we had as a collective group. Um, It really it brings me. I'm getting chills just even thinking about
Mm.
just the mechanism. It wasn't just like this like one person. Even though
Yeah.
obviously you have like your great busters and your bums and your Sandovals, but the mechanism was really tight.
Like everyone says, and as you know, the organization's it's like a family, very inclusive, and it definitely shows. So it's great to have you on, Hunter. And one last question: I
All
did
right.
see a fun picture of you kind of surfing, and I had Alyssa Knack on recently, and I was curious, did she give you any surfing tips, or how
You know
far
what?
into it?
We need to go surfing together, and it's been a little bit sad. I don't have a car anymore here in San
Uh,
Francisco, and I was usually driving out to Ocean Beach, and it's like
mm,
30 minutes, and I was surfing with my good friend Jared at the City Surf Project. And that was like my key to surfing in San Francisco because these waters are very dangerous, and I want to make sure I'm with someone that really knows
mm.
what they're doing. So I haven't gotten, and I've been in San Francisco for quite a while. So I haven't gotten to surf in like 3 months, but I do want to go with Alyssa. I feel like I need to get I built up before I was able to jump out into San Francisco waters, but I'm sure I'll be fine. I'm trying to stay fit, but I want to go with her. That would be really 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 fun, and that's actually. I believe our next event with the Healthy Planet
Mm.
Project is we're going to take some youth that from underserved communities that don't get the opportunity to surf, and we're going to go and kind of train them up, give them a surfing session, and
Oh, cool.
and also pick up some trash on the beach.
Awesome. That sounds great. Hunter, I got to say, it's been an honor to have you on the show. I'm a big Giants fan. I still remember sitting in the arcade up on the right field wall. You threw me a ball, and I was at your last game for the thank you Pence and all that. So it's really been full circle to have you on the show.
Well, Jim, thank you for sharing that. It means a lot. Like I said, it was a dream come true to play for the Giants, and it was an absolute pleasure to get to pour my heart and soul out there on the field with you with everyone that was a part of that San Francisco Giants organization and fan base and community. So, absolute pleasure. Great to be on your show, Jim.
Awesome. Well, Hunter, thanks for coming on, and hopefully I'll run into you one of these days at the ballpark.
All right, Jim, man, I appreciate it.